Welcome to The Deep Dive, the show where we take your sources, dig into them, and really extract the most important nuggets of knowledge and insight.
Yeah, get right to the good stuff.
Exactly. Today, we're doing a deep dive into something many of us, dream about. Creating a new income stream, building something of your own.
A little bit extra, or maybe something bigger.
Right. Our mission today is to unpack the practical, actionable steps to building a side hustle, drawing powerful insights from Chris Guillebeau's fantastic book, Side Hustle from Idea to Income in 27 Days.
Mm-hmm.
Think of this as your personalized guide, the curious learner, ready to unlock some new possibilities.
And what's truly compelling about this material is how it takes this concept that can feel, well, overwhelming, generating extra income, maybe even a path to self-employment.
Yeah, daunting.
Totally. And it breaks it down into a surprisingly achievable, step-by-step, 27-day plan. It's all about making it accessible, really, no matter your background or current situation.
It really is. This deep dive emphasizes a core kind of reassuring promise. You can get a profitable idea off the ground with minimal investment of time, money, and effort.
Yep.
It's not about these grand gestures. It's about focused, consistent action.
Small steps adding up.
So let's unpack this then. Many of us dream of extra income or maybe more freedom, but we often assume it's just too hard or, that we need special qualifications we simply don't have.
The usual roadblocks.
What does this deep dive tell us about why a side hustle is fundamentally different and, well, genuinely accessible to almost anyone?
Well, the material clarifies some incredibly compelling benefits. It's about gaining financial security. Yes, having that extra income is huge.
Sure.
But it's also about building confidence and finding more enjoyment and maybe purpose in your work. It distinctly highlights that a side hustle offers a viable pathway into the world of working for yourself, crucially, without necessarily having to quit a steady job.
That's the big one.
Right. For many, that prospect of leaving a job is, well, terrifying. And this approach kind of sidesteps that fear entirely.
Okay, so if accessibility is key, what does this deep dive tell us about the common prerequisites people think they need for a side hustle, but actually, according to the book, don't? This is where it gets really liberating, I think.
It's incredibly clear on this point. Yeah, you don't need much money. Many high potential ideas, surprisingly, require no capital at all.
Really? None?
Often, yeah. The 27-day plan itself is designed so you don't need high-limit credit cards or go out and raise any outside capital.
Okay.
You also don't need much time. The plan is structured to be completely doable alongside existing commitments, often taking maybe no more than an hour a day.
An hour a day,
Of
okay.
course, you can invest more time if you
Okay.
want to accelerate your progress, sure.
Right.
And maybe most reassuringly, you don't need a business degree or any specialized education. This isn't about becoming some corporate manager. It's about starting your own business, simply and efficiently. And finally, you won't need complicated software or, fancy spreadsheets. The whole approach shows you how to stick to what's essential and nothing more. Keep it simple.
So the book outlines this very clear 27-day plan, structured into 5 themed weeks. Each week has 5 steps plus some bonus steps, and it strongly emphasizes moving through these stages in sequence. Don't skip ahead.
Right, follow the path. And this brings us to a really important question. Who is this plan specifically designed for? It's for you if you're willing to devote at least 30 minutes a day minimum to building your hustle for at least the next 27 days, and fundamentally if you want to increase your income.
Got it.
It's about that commitment to consistent small steps.
All right, let's jump into week 1 then. Build an arsenal of ideas. This is all about recognizing that, money grows on trees, but only if you plant the right seeds.
Metaphorically speaking, of course.
Ah, yes. But how do you find those seeds that truly promise a harvest, rather than just, wilting away? It's not just about dreaming big, is it? It's about seeing the future today and kind of reverse engineering it.
Exactly. Day 1, in a nutshell, is about predicting the future. It's less about crystal balls and more about clearly defining your desired outcome in 27 days. What do you want to happen?
Okay.
The source highlights 3 major goal categories side hustlers often pursue.
Yeah.
1, eliminating debt, like the person who resold classic video games and became debt-free in weeks.
Wow.
2, making extra money for specific goals, maybe like Bob and Barb, a middle-aged couple who created custom baseball jerseys for a sustainable monthly income.
Nice.
Or 3, maybe transitioning to self-employment, exemplified by Michael, a teacher who started a hustle helping people lower their cable bills and eventually quit his job entirely.
So defining that why first.
Precisely. Your personal why.
So once you have that clear vision for your future, what does that mean for finding a great idea? On day 2, the book teaches how money grows on trees by identifying 3 essential qualities for a high-potential idea. What are they, and why are they so critical?
Okay, so to be a high-potential idea, it must be, first, feasible. Like, can you actually do it and get it going quickly? For example, Julia Kelly, a graphic designer, she started as a caricature artist at an amusement park. Now, despite the initial challenge of drawing with permanent markers in front of crowds, imagine that she mastered the skill.
Yeah, pressure.
Right. So this shows that feasibility can involve learning, but the core idea has to be something you can execute. Second, profitable. Pretty obvious, but will people pay for it? And can you earn enough to make your time worthwhile?
Key question.
Yeah. Julia initially earned minimum wage, but by selling her services directly to schools and then focusing on corporate events, her rate rose from $8 an hour to $100 an hour and skyrocketed to $250 an hour by introducing a wow factor with digital sketches on Facebook.
Wow, it's a jump.
Huge jump. She eventually made over $100,000 a year working 1 day a week. That's a perfect example of evolving profitability.
Incredible.
And finally, persuasive. Is it the right idea at the right time, making it hard for customers to say no? An example is the parking lot owner who charged $25 for parking that normally costs $5 during a special event. The overwhelming demand for a limited resource made it inherently persuasive.
Right place, right time, right price.
You got it. Feasible, profitable, persuasive.
So knowing what a truly high potential idea looks like, feasible, profitable, persuasive, the next hurdle is generating them. On day 3, the book offers this liberating approach. Brainstorm, borrow, or steal ideas. This is where you realize those great ideas are kind of hiding in plain sight, maybe even just by taking an imaginary drive down the street.
It's true, they're everywhere. The source gives multiple examples of how to generate ideas. You can respond to common needs like rideshare services or, dog walking and errand services.
Things people complain about.
Exactly. Or observe cues or common pain points, like delivering fresh coffee to office buildings or creating a life organization service for busy families. Many people leverage existing skills, as Steven Peterson, a web developer, did. He noticed the San Francisco Bay Area traffic problem, a huge pain point, and built the Roadsie app to provide real-time traffic and public transit data, now earning over $7,500 a month.
Just from an app solving a local problem.
Yep. Another example is Dan, a computer engineer, who tutored Microsoft Access users for $55, $65 an hour. He realized students had more complex database needs, which led him to offer custom database consulting for $825 an hour. Saw a deeper need.
Listening to the customer.
Always. The source also categorizes hustles into 3 broad types. Selling a product could be tangible like gourmet coffee or intangible like traffic info. Providing a service like running errands or coaching. Or being a middleman like Trevor, who mastered Amazon's fulfillment program to buy items at one price and resell them.
Okay, different models.
Yeah, and it differentiates between a starter idea like driving for Uber and a next-level idea, maybe coaching other Uber drivers, which Harry Campbell did.
Building on the first step.
Right. And to get you started, it provides an initial list of ideas, like selling art on Etsy, offering online tutoring, starting a podcast, becoming a home organizer. The point is, ideas are absolutely everywhere once you start looking.
Okay, so you've got a list. Day 4 is about weighing the obstacles and opportunities of each idea. Once you have a few promising ideas, how do you sort through them to truly understand their pros and cons, especially the ones you might not see right away?
This is so important. The story of the homemade gin kit perfectly illustrates this. Joe and Jack initially wanted to open a distillery, big dream.
Sounds expensive.
Exactly. They immediately faced huge obstacles like $3 million in startup costs and extensive regulatory red tape. That forced them to pause, thankfully. Their brainstorming then led to a much better opportunity: selling kits for people to make gin at home. This required far less capital, fewer regulatory hurdles, making it exponentially more feasible.
Much smarter.
Way smarter. They started by assembling 250 kits, then it exploded, selling 75,000 within 4 years, even got featured in the New York Times.
Wow.
The key takeaway here is to identify these potential obstacles early, even if you don't see all of them up front, and weigh them critically against your potential profit. It's about being realistic and adaptable. Don't fall in love with the first friend of the idea.
Okay, good advice. Then day 5 is forecast your profit on the back of a napkin. Before you get too attached to an idea, before you pour too much energy into it, you need to know if it can actually make money. Forget the fancy spreadsheet. Apparently, all you need is a napkin, a pen, and a bit of observation. But while the equation is simple, where do most people stumble when trying to apply this, especially when forecasting?
That's a crucial distinction, yeah. While the formula itself is clear, expected income minus expected expenses equals projected profit. The real trick, as the source emphasizes, is realistic estimation. People often underestimate expenses or wildly overestimate how much they can charge or sell initially.
Wishful thinking.
A lot of it, yeah.
Yeah.
The example of Tassir-san, who leased an entire fleet of 16 cars and rented them out via sharing economy service, shows this perfectly. He started with one car, making over $1,300 a month by optimizing pricing and listings.
How do you optimize?
Well, he didn't just pick numbers. He learned to price low initially to get reviews, then gradually increased. He even leased a Chevrolet Cruze for $18 a month and rented it for $35 a day, which is incredible.
Seriously, $18 lease?
Yeah. He constantly refined his projections based on real-world data. The source encourages making a range of projections optimistic, conservative, and original by changing just one variable at a time, maybe adjusting days rented per month or the average rental rate.
Testing assumptions.
Exactly. The core message is clear. If an idea doesn't have a likely path to profit, it should probably be abandoned. It's about making smart, data-informed decisions, not just crossing your fingers.
All right, so we've built an arsenal of ideas. That's the exhilarating part, the pure possibility. But now comes the real challenge, the true test of focus. Week 2, where we select your best idea. This is where you stop just dreaming and start applying a more strategic, almost Tinder for hustling logic to pick the one that truly stands out.
I like that. Tinder for hustling. Yeah, day 6 suggests using the side hustle selector to compare those carefully cultivated ideas. Meredith Floyd Preston, a Waldorf teacher, wanted a side hustle. She considered one-on-one coaching or live workshops, but quickly realized these were super time-consuming and had, well, low profit potential given her time constraints. Her best idea turned out to be creating downloadable PDF curriculum guides for online purchase. Exactly. These were low-priced but highly scalable, making them feasible, profitable, and persuasive, with an inexhaustible supply of customers. New features come along each year. The Side Hustle Selector helps you compare ideas based on factors like feasibility, profitability, persuasiveness, efficiency, and motivation. Crucially, allowing you to weigh which factors are most important to you. It's a personalized filtering system.
Right. It's not just about the best idea, but the best idea for you.
Precisely.
Okay, once you've narrowed down to a top idea, how do you learn from what's already out there and figure out how to genuinely differentiate yourself? That's what day 7, Becoming a Detective, is all about. Sounds fun.
It is, actually. Andrea Hajal's story about dogs sitting on Rover.com is a great example. She didn't just sign up. She, studied the platform. She noticed that top sitters had loads of photos. So she posted over 50 of herself with dogs.
Smart. Visual proof.
Right. She also paid attention to the platform's metrics, aiming for a 100% photo sending rate to owners and a speedy 1-hour response time to inquiries. She didn't just copy, she optimized.
Take it seriously.
Yeah. Then she added drop-in visits and dog walking services, which led to a 20% increase in her weekly income. This detective work helps you spot what competitors do right and wrong, and crucially, how you can do it better or differently. You can follow the money by researching websites, customer reviews, social media, or even trying the product or service yourself.
Get your hands dirty.
The source also mentions a surprisingly low-cost way to validate an idea. With as little as $10 in a Facebook account, you can run targeted ads to gauge genuine interest before you build anything big.
$10. Wow. Low risk.
Very low risk.
Day 8. Have imaginary coffee with your ideal customer raises such a vital point.
Yeah.
Who are you building this hustle for? It's simply not for everyone. Why is it so powerful to narrow your focus down to just one ideal person?
Yeah.
It's counterintuitive, maybe.
It does, but it's transformative because it shifts you from making broad assumptions to crafting specific solutions. This concept emphasizes finding your avatar or ideal customer. John Lee Dumas, creator of the Entrepreneur on Fire podcast, made a critical mistake early on by defining his audience way too broadly. He then wrote over 1,300 words detailing Jimmy, his ideal listener, including his imaginary kids' names, exercise habits, even TV preferences.
That's specific.
That's specific. And this hyper-focus helped him make subtle but really profound adjustments to his show, perfectly aligning it with what Jimmy truly needed. The principle is start with one. Focus all your efforts on that perfect person, and you'll end up serving many more, because that singular focus clarifies your message and your offering.
Makes sense.
The source also suggests writing a letter to your ideal customer to deeply understand their pain and how your solution genuinely helps them. Get inside their head.
Okay, day 9 is transform your idea into an offer. You have a great idea, you know exactly who it's for. Now, how do you turn that into something people actually buy, something compelling and clear?
This is where the rubber really meets the road.
Yeah.
Jake Posco's guitar lessons illustrate this perfectly. Guitar lessons, that's just an idea, right?
Vague, yeah.
Totally. A true offer tells people exactly what they get for their money and, critically, why they should get it from you and why now. Jake's offer was specific. Learn guitar basics quickly and have fun doing it from a veteran instructor with 20 years of performance experience. To sign up for hour-long lessons at $50 a lesson, call 555-HOT-TUNES now.
Clear call to action.
Very clear. A complete offer has 3 elements. The promise, how your hustle will genuinely change someone's life, like the most awesome guitar lessons in the universe.
Ooh.
The pitch, why they should purchase or sign up now, including a sense of urgency, and the price, what it costs and how to buy it, that clear call to action.
Urgency is key then.
Hugely important. The source gives 5 powerful tips to create urgency. Use words like now or today, respond quickly to inquiries. Remember that Harvard Business Review study, companies replying within an hour were 7 times more likely to sell.
Wow, 7 times.
Yeah. Use red text maybe for urgency in marketing. Announce upcoming price increases. Use countdown timers online. Simple copywriting tips include writing to one person, making sure every word has a purpose, using numbers, eliciting positive emotions, using testimonials, strong action verbs, and showing genuine excitement.
And Jake's results.
Jake, by applying these principles, grew his income from $420 to $2,800 in just 6 months, eventually quitting his job to make $5,000, $6,000 a month, working 20, 25 hours a week.
That's the power of a clear offer.
Incredible.
Day 10 is create your origin story. Like a comic book superhero, your side hustle needs a history. This isn't just about giving the facts, it's about telling a story that connects with people on an emotional level. Why is that so important for a small new venture? People just want the product, right?
Sometimes, but often not. It's vital because stories create connection and trust, especially when you're new. The story of David and Praj and their Kerala cashmere business is a prime example. They met, got engaged, traveled to Nepal for their wedding, noticed affordable cashmere, and decided to import shawls. Simple enough. But their story also includes a commitment to giving back 5% of profits to support children's education in Nepal.
Ah, the why.
Exactly. This authentic backstory garnered media features and helped them sell out their first 100 shawls, netting $3,000 profit, all because people connected with their journey, their mission.
Made them root for them.
Totally. An origin story is a compelling narrative of the why behind your hustle, infusing personality and helping customers connect with your mission, making them want you to succeed. It helps answer why you started this hustle, where the inspiration truly came from, and makes your venture memorable in a crowded market.
Okay, so you've got your idea, your compelling offer, your ideal customer nailed down, and your powerful origin story. Now it's week 3. Prepare for liftoff. This is all about assembling the nuts and bolts without getting bogged down in unimportant details. It's about practical readiness, getting set up.
Exactly. Day 11 is assemble the nuts and bolts. Sarah's story illustrates resourcefulness in action here. She wanted to sell custom candy hearts for Valentine's Day.
Fun idea.
Yeah, but an unresponsive manufacturer seemed like a huge roadblock. Instead of giving up, she built a simple 3-page website in days, which quickly became #1 on Google for her term.
Wow, quick action.
Right. Orders overwhelmed her, so she then sourced a custom candy heart machine for over $100,000. Big step. But despite the initial cost, her hustle became a sustainable 6-figure business.
Incredible.
The core lesson here is truly that everything is figure-outable. You just got to keep moving. The source provides practical logistical tips, too. Setting up a separate business bank account, really important. Having a separate business credit card. Setting aside at least 25% of income for taxes, because success means paying taxes.
The fun part.
Yeah. Invoicing quickly, insisting on written agreements, even a simple email can suffice, and setting up a basic accounting system. These are the foundations that allow for real growth without chaos later.
Good checklist. Day 12, decide how to price your offer, is so crucial, yet it can be such a challenge, even for experienced hustlers. How do you find that sweet spot low enough not to deter customers, but high enough to be genuinely worthwhile for you? It often feels like an emotional decision too, doesn't it?
It absolutely is an emotional decision, and the
Yeah.
book addresses that directly. Sarah Everett, a construction project manager and also an artist, started an original art program for new apartment buildings.
Interesting combo.
Yeah. Her first project was a flat fee of $12,000, but she soon realized she'd significantly underbilled her time. Like she lost money, effectively. Yeah.
Ouch.
For the second project, she wisely switched to an hourly rate of $100, ensuring fair compensation. The book introduces the cost-plus model. For products, it's about defining your minimum acceptable profit per item or sale. Meredith's curriculum guides, priced $8 and $20, were high volume, low margin. Andrew Church's hand-carved slate art, $175 plus labor, had higher costs and labor, so his margin had to be higher for lower volume.
Makes sense.
For services, it's about your minimum acceptable hourly income. Ideally, more than your day job rate, or a flat rate. And here's a key point. If you're just breaking even, you're actually losing money because your time is worth more than zero.
Good reminder, your time isn't free.
Never. Pricing tips include avoiding the temptation to place too low. Considering pricing tiers, 2 to 3 options are usually best. As too many confused people avoiding pay-what-you-will gimmicks, they rarely work well, and not straying too far from market prices. Remember Jake Posco. He couldn't charge more than $120 an hour for guitar lessons without losing clients because the market simply wouldn't bear it.
Right.
Finally asking, how does this price make you feel? Checking your gut intuition can be surprisingly helpful in ensuring you value your own work.
Trusting yourself. Okay. Day 13, create a side hustle shopping list, is about methodically gathering all the ingredients you'll need. It's like preparing a recipe, knowing what goes into it ensures a smoother process later on.
Yeah. Exactly. Tanner Calais' cruise blog, cruisely.com, is an excellent example of this methodical approach. After a really positive cruise experience, he noticed a lack of unbiased information out there.
Saw a gap.
Yep. As a copywriter, he simply started writing articles answering common questions people had, like, can I watch Netflix on a cruise? He identified his core components: content, a platform, his blog, and a way to monetize.
Simple recipe.
Very simple. He optimized for Google, added advertising and affiliate programs, and grew his income from $100 to over $3,000 a month in less than a year. The recipe for hustling success is simply to understand what customers will receive and what you need to produce to deliver it.
What are the common ingredients?
Common components often include a website. And seriously, don't overpay for it. It can be as little as $5 a month to start. Social media profiles, where it's smart to claim your name even if you're not immediately active. Maybe a scheduling tool for time-based services. A clear workflow, which we'll discuss soon. And, of course, a payment system.
Got it. Laying it all out.
Yeah, knowing what you need before you start cooking.
Speaking of payment systems, Day 14, set up a way to get paid, seems so obvious, yet it's absolutely crucial. If you don't have a simple way to get paid, you really don't have a hustle, do you? How can someone new to this make sure they're not creating unnecessary friction for their customers at checkout?
You're right, it's fundamental, and friction is the enemy. Parker McDonald, an IT manager, started a voiceover side hustle. With just a $100 microphone and free editing software, he earned over $8,000 in less than a year, mostly through Fiverr referrals.
Nice return on $100.
Incredible, right? The key, as his story shows, is to make getting paid incredibly easy. Simple payment systems include PayPal, widely used, super simple to set up; Shopify, which is fantastic for products with fixed quantities and has an integrated shopping cart; and Stripe, which is more customizable and often cheaper, maybe for those a bit more tech savvy.
And one of the most motivating aspects of setting this up, connecting your smartphone to your payment system for those instant cha-ching notifications, it's incredibly motivating to hear that sound go off.
It truly is, that little dopamine hit. For service-based hustles, simple invoicing is key. Payment schedules can be full payment up front, maybe partial up front with the rest at completion, or full payment upon completion. The important thing is prompt invoicing and follow-up. Don't be shy about asking for the money you're owed.
Right.
And a basic contract can be as simple as an email outlining the work, payment terms, and timeline, like we discussed back on day 11. The goal is always to reduce barriers to receiving payment, make it easy for them to give you money.
Okay. Day 15 is create a workflow. This is your secret weapon, apparently, to ensure a smooth journey for your customers, from the moment they discover you to after they purchase. It sounds critical, but how often do people skip this step thinking they can just wing it?
Far too often, and that's a common pitfall that leads to headaches later. As Amanda MacArthur's Keto Cookbook story illustrates, having a clear workflow like hers, email list, sales pages, payment, download, isn't just about efficiency for you. It's about building trust and reducing customer frustration.
Right, managing expectations.
Exactly. She started by posting free recipes online and wisely added an email list sign-up, transforming readers into potential customers. She emphasized troubleshooting by testing the customer experience herself, even buying her own product with a different email to ensure everything worked, from the download page to the confirmation email.
Walk a mile in their shoes.
Absolutely. That level of detail is what prevents people from dropping off or getting confused. It's about anticipating what could go wrong before it does, so you prevent common errors and create a seamless professional experience.
Makes sense. Day 16, prepare to provide value and make money, is about focusing your energy on the two most important things that will actually move the needle for your hustle, not getting lost in the weeds.
This is a powerful distillation, yeah. Oliver, a wedding photographer, initially offered a low-fee gig, just $250 to a stranger, to gain experience without the pressure of messing up a friend's wedding.
Smart way to practice.
Totally. This experience gave him the confidence to charge $500 for his friend and eventually $3,500 per wedding. He focused intensely on becoming a good wedding photographer rather than just a photographer who happens to shoot weddings.
Delivering real value.
Right. The two focus areas are, first, change your customer's life. Under-promise and over-deliver. Respond to unspoken needs. Highlight positive results like how your service makes their life easier or more enjoyable. Second, make more money. Commit to regular price increases, pursue incremental revenue, and consider a side hustle to your hustle, finding additional income streams that leverage your initial project.
So what does this all mean for your daily hustle, for the tactical approach? How do you do that?
It means spending at least 25 minutes a day doing one thing to grow your hustle, not just run it day to day. This actually make something time habit, maybe done first thing in the morning before the day gets crazy, ensures you're consistently making progress towards growth, not just treading water with admin tasks.
Dedicated growth time. Love it. Okay, after all that thoughtful preparation, it's week 4. Launch your idea to the right people. This is where your offer goes live, usually before you feel totally ready. And that idea of launching before you're fully prepared, that feels so counterintuitive to so many of us, doesn't it? Scary.
It absolutely does, and yet it's probably one of the most critical pieces of advice in the whole book. Day 17 is publish your offer. Steven Peterson's Rousey app story is key here. Remember him?
For the traffic app guy?
Yeah. He developed his public transit and traffic app for the original iPhone's launch day back in 2008 while he was sick. By his own account, it crashed a lot, the interface was ugly, and many features were abandoned. Yet Apple accepted it.
They let it through.
Yep. And he earned $2,700 in the first month. The core reason you should launch before you're ready comes down to two main points. First, proof of concept. An early launch provides immediate validation and real-world feedback. Steven's app acceptance and those initial earnings confirmed he was onto something, which motivated him to improve it.
Got the ball rolling.
Exactly. And the second reason, perfectionism is the enemy. If you wait for perfection, your 27-day plan could easily become 27 years. Done is better than perfect.
So true.
The source shares examples of others who launched before they were ready, like a novelist pre-selling a book before writing it, or friends launching an Uber for lawn care that eventually made over $1 million a year, starting rough.
Just get it out there.
Pretty much. The source also suggests creating a Facebook page for your hustle before a full website. It's easy, gathers data through insights, and can inspire faster action because it feels real. You can also launch in beta or early version to manage expectations, like Gmail did, remember. It was famously in beta for over 5 years with millions of users.
Yeah, for ages. Okay, day 18, sell like a Girl Scout, is about effectively getting your offer out there without being pushy or obnoxious. It's a subtle art, selling without feeling salesy.
It really is. The source contrasts those manipulative street solicitors we all try to avoid with Girl Scouts, who sell an incredible $700 million in cookies annually with a simple, non-aggressive approach.
Everybody loves Girl Scout cookies.
Exactly. The cookies sell because people like them, and the ask is simple. Julie, who created a unique astrology calendar, sold over $5,000 worth with minimal effort, simply by identifying a need and getting her product in front of the right people who already wanted something like it.
Found the right audience.
Yes. The strategy is to lead with benefits, how your product improves their life, addresses an emotional need, and then back them up with features, the specific details that demonstrate how. For example, a time management tool's benefit is maybe saving 40 minutes a day, and its feature is how it triages email.
Benefit first, then feature.
Always. Remember the core principle. You don't want a drill, you want a hole. People buy a drill because they want a hole in the wall, not the drill itself.
Yeah.
Always think about what people really want and why.
Good analogy.
Also, establish value before introducing the price, similar to how gyms give you the whole tour and talk about your goals before discussing membership costs. Build desire first.
Smart. Day 19, ask 10 people for help. Recognizes that even a solo hustle doesn't thrive in isolation. There's a crucial network that supports even the most independent ventures, isn't there?
That's absolutely right. Brianna Faith, a high school student, launched a successful pop-up store, clearing over $7,000 profit and donating $2,000 to charity in just 1 month, largely thanks to asking for favors.
A high schooler, wow.
Yeah, she secured a free retail space and relied on friends and community for help with operations and support. The lesson is clear. Don't try to be an army of one. Identify and recruit key people, maybe mentors, collaborators, promoters, suppliers, even just cheerleaders who can provide various types of support.
Build your tribe.
Exactly. And when asking for help, be specific. Ask for just one thing at a time. Explain your project and its benefit clearly. Avoid over-flattery. Follow up gently if needed, and be gracious if someone says no. The goal is to build genuine relationships, not just be that guy who's always asking for stuff and being annoying.
Right, reciprocity matters. Okay, day 20, test, test, and test again, is about finding out what works best. It's described as boring in the way that making a lot of money is boring. It sounds tedious, but I guess it's essential.
It is essential, yeah, and Gabby Orcutt's story highlights why. She was a commercial sales rep, yoga teacher, photographer, and a mom busy lady.
Whoa.
And she monetized her passion for Pinterest. She started directing pins to brand campaigns, earning over $1,000 in her first month. She grew her following to over 1 million, securing monthly brand contracts for $1,000 plus a son. And how did she learn? By experimenting with different board categories and observing what truly worked. Constant testing.
Trial and error.
The source explains A/B testing, presenting 2 versions of something, a product, an offer, a web page, to see which performs better. For example, testing whether a $49 or $79 price point for a birdwatching class impacts signups. A key warning, though.
Yeah.
Don't get sidetracked testing tiny details like button colors.
Well, small stuff.
Yeah. You're not Amazon, which tests everything because of their massive scale. For a side hustle, focus on the big 3. Your product or service itself, your offer presentation, and your price. And, critically, only run 1 A/B test at a time so you can clearly identify what influenced the results.
Isolate the variable.
Exactly. And be careful of false positives, where maybe clicks increase, but actual sales don't always track the real outcome you care about.
Got it. Focus on the big levers. Day 21, burn down the furniture store, reveals a surprisingly effective, not-so-secret weapon to encourage purchases, deals, discounts, and special offers. Why do these work so powerfully? And what's the key to making them effective without just, eroding your profit margin?
Yeah, you don't want to give away the store permanently.
Yeah.
They work because, well, human beings seem conditioned to respond to deals, as the source cites those classic going-out-of-business furniture sales that never seem to actually go out of business.
Right. They last forever.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's like showing up in a tank. It demands attention and action. Andrew Church, the guy who sells handcrafted stone and slate art on Etsy.
The slate art.
He offered a 20% off sale for just 1 day on a whim. He sold more that day than in the previous 2 weeks combined. This proved that customers often just need that little nudge, that incentive.
Just a reason to buy now.
Precisely. Types of offers include discounts, flash sales, rebates, buy one, get one, refer a friend programs, frequent shopper programs, free samples, randomized discounts, contests. Lots of options. The most important aspect, though, is that these offers are limited in time.
Scarcity and urgency again?
Always. This leverages the psychology of scarcity, maybe a limited number of items, and urgency. The deal will go away soon. Guidelines for running sales. Announce them in advance, make them easy to claim, provide substantial perceived savings, make it feel exciting, test your systems beforehand, and most importantly, when the sale ends, it really ends to maintain credibility for next time.
Don't cheat.
Right. Andrew made over $25,000 from a slate project without significant marketing investment and gained new customers who are likely to return, all from understanding the power of a well-timed limited offer.
Okay, smart tactic. Day 22, frame your first dollar, is about celebrating your early achievements. Small victories can be disproportionately satisfying, but why is this so important psychologically, and how should we think about those initial earnings?
It's about more than just the money. It's about acknowledging your agency, the fact that you made this happen. Max Robinson from Scotland built a website reviewing fish tanks and linked to Amazon using their affiliate program.
Niche.
Very niche. He unexpectedly received a $200 check from Amazon's revenue sharing program, which felt incredibly special, he said. Despite his much larger construction business earnings, it was his.
Different feel.
Totally different. He used the money to take his partner out for a nice dinner. The tradition of restaurant and shop owners framing their first dollar symbolizes that pride and ownership. This material emphasizes the transformative and empowering experience of making money for yourself outside the structure of your day job. The intangible benefits the confidence. The validation often exceed the tangible ones, especially early on. It's vital to celebrate, even if it's a small victory, by investing in yourself. Maybe a new restaurant, a massage, an afternoon off. Max's fish tank blog eventually evolved into a set-it-and-forget-it hustle, earning an average of $700 a month passively, allowing him 2 extra vacations a year, all from that initial spark of an idea and the celebration of his first win.
That first dollar matters. Okay, you've launched, you've made sales, you've celebrated, you're past the initial hurdles. Now it's week 5. Regroup and refine. This is about raising your game and figuring out what to do next to sustain and grow what you've built, right? Not just letting it plateau.
Exactly, sustaining momentum.
Yeah.
Day 23 is track your progress and decide on next steps. Tim Ayton, remember the high school student who started a custom resume service on Fiverr for $5?
Right, $5.
He quickly scaled to 8+ orders a day, tripling his average order to $15 with upsells.
Yeah.
Smart kid. But he later realized that doing custom work was just too time-consuming for the profit it generated. It wasn't sustainable for him.
Hit a ceiling.
Yeah, so he pivoted. He started selling a series of 16 unique resume templates on his own site, Foundry Resumes, for $11 each. This shift allowed him to earn over $450 a month passively, putting the business mostly on autopilot.
Much better use of his time.
Way better.
So what does this tell us about measuring success and deciding if what you're doing is actually working? How do you make that call?
Well, the source identifies 3 possible outcomes when you objectively evaluate your hustle. Crushing it, initial results are way above projections. In this case, great, keep doing it and scale up. Womp womp, it just hasn't panned out. Okay, cut your losses and try something else, no shame in that. Or, most commonly, works, sort of you've had some interest or sales, but it needs refining. This is where most hustles land, and knowing what to do next is crucial.
The messy middle.
Exactly. You need to objectively evaluate your hustle by looking at metrics. Just a couple of important numbers that truly make a difference, not dozens like a giant corporation. Tim's key metric was time spent versus profit. He realized his original strategy was unsustainable and needed to change his solution entirely. The main question to answer: is your hustle profitable in a way that aligns with your goals? If it's not giving you the desired results, beyond just, social media followers or vanity metrics, it's time to seriously consider pivoting or trying a different hustle.
Brutal honesty required. Day 24, grow what works, let go of what doesn't, is where you get strategic about continuous improvement. It sounds simple, double down on what works, but letting go of something you've invested time and maybe emotion in can be incredibly difficult.
It really is counterintuitive for many people. This concept is centered on the power of iteration. If it works, do more of it. If it doesn't work, abandon it and move on. People often try to fix what's broken, pour good money after bad, instead of focusing their limited energy on what's already showing promise or succeeding.
The sunk cost fallacy.
Precisely. The source suggests auditing your side hustle regularly by asking questions like, is it still fun? Is it actually worth the effort involved? How can you realistically increase prices or volume? Then set concrete goals based on these audits, like maybe a 5% price increase next month, and then review the results. Gradual improvement, though maybe not headline-worthy, significantly impacts your bank account over time. It's about consistent tweaking.
Small hinges swing big doors. Okay. Day 25, look for money lying under a rock, is about horizontal expansion. Apparently one of the easiest ways to grow a hustle without completely starting over from scratch. What does that mindset really entail? Looking for hidden cash.
Sort of. It means challenging conventional business wisdom sometimes. Trevor Mountcastle, a government analyst, started a side hustle of buying gift cards and electronic items to resell for credit card points and miles travel hacking, basically.
Yeah, heard of that.
Allowed him to travel to over 40 countries, often in first class. But then he realized he was also making a profit on the resale itself and scaled it up. eventually earning over $100,000 a year exclusively from this hustle.
Whoa, just from arbitrage.
Yeah, a classic buy low, sell high arbitrage model. The side hustler's mindset, the book argues, is different from conventional wisdom that often suggests focusing laser-like on one revenue source. If you see, metaphorically, $1 million lying under a rock while you're doing something else, the advice is simple. Pick it up,
Don't walk past free money.
basically. The easiest way to sell more to existing customers is often to remix your offer. This means adding additional versions or related product services based on what you're already selling successfully.
Like what?
Examples include offering the same method or content in a new language, creating an intermediate or advanced version of a course, offering upsells, like a vocabulary kit for language learners, maybe individualized coaching or different formats, audio to video, ebook to course.
Leverage what you have.
Exactly. Examples from previous days illustrate this. Andrew Church, the slate mason, added custom slate house numbers. Dan, the database tutor, expanded from tutoring to custom database consulting for higher rates. The goal is to provide choices to customers that are hard to say no to, ensuring they are happy with their purchase and willing to buy more from you because you're solving more of their related problems.
Makes sense. Day 26, get it out of your head, is about systemizing your hustle to make significant improvements and, crucially, save time as you expand. Why is creating a system so crucial for growth, and why do so many people resist it? Feels like extra work, maybe.
People often resist it because it feels like a big formal business step, like something only real companies do. But for a hustler, it's really about efficiency and regaining your freedom. Adam White, a serial hustler, needed a system just to track different blogs' guest post requirements for his own pitching. It was a personal pain point.
Yeah, that sounds tedious.
Right. He created a guest post tracker database for himself and quickly realized other writers had the exact same problem. So he started selling access to it for $49. Then, he streamlined his workflows for sales and service. By systemizing and applying A/B testing, he increased his profit from $1,000 to $3,000 a month.
Solved his own problem, then sold the solution.
Classic move. Systems for hustlers just refer to the simple, repeatable procedures that allow you to serve customers or make money consistently without reinventing the wheel every time. Documenting your work, literally writing down everything you do, allows you to do something once instead of repeatedly figuring it out.
SOPs, basically.
Yeah, simple ones. The two most important workflows to systemize are usually sales and service. Adam's sales workflow was simple: website, checkout pages, pitching. His service workflow was ensuring buyers received access, that the tool worked, and that it was kept updated. A critical workflow, often overlooked, is onboarding, how you welcome and orientate new customers. This reduces frustration, increases retention, repeat business, and referrals.
First impressions matter.
Huge difference. This can be done through a simple automated email sequence, for example, a welcome message, maybe a link to a video tutorial highlighting advanced features later, a check-in email. As a hustle grows, specific tools can help too. Maybe a simple contact management system, CRM, email marketing software, bookkeeping software, and password recorders to keep things organized.
Getting organized for growth. Okay, finally, day 27, back to the future. You've come to the end of this 27-day road, or perhaps, as the book suggests, it's just the beginning. Side hustles truly create opportunity and freedom. Once you're up and running, your options seem pretty unlimited.
They absolutely are. Bob and Barb Bentz's custom baseball jerseys perfectly illustrate this ongoing potential. Remember them?
Yeah, the couple making jerseys.
Barb's homemade jersey at a Phillies game sparked the idea. Bob then leveraged a virtual assistant in Bangladesh to help with manufacturing in China. They sold out their first 200 sweaters in 45 days, now have consistent sales with minimal marketing, and most importantly, they find it fun. It fits their life.
Sustainable and enjoyable.
That's the goal. The key message here is that side hustles aren't one size fits all. You can hustle entirely on your own terms. You can continue building the hustle, maybe go all in and quit your day job eventually, or build it to operate mostly without you, allowing you to move on to other projects, like Tim Ayton did with his resume templates.
Lots of paths forward.
So many. A good side hustle supports your life. It doesn't have to become your whole life unless you want it to. You don't have to follow conventional wisdom or feel pressured to scale or hire employees if that's not your goal. The deep dive really reveals there's only the right way for you.
Personal freedom.
Exactly. The author's own origin story for the book and the Side Hustle School podcast is rooted in helping people like April, that designer frustrated by traditional business courses, and Parker, the IT manager who made $8,000 profit from a $100 mic, achieve more freedom and choice in their lives. The side hustle economy, viewed this way, is truly a kind of social revolution that brings immense benefits from security and income to confidence and fun, all with surprisingly very little risk when started quickly and costs are kept low.
That's a powerful way to look at it. Okay, here's a final provocative thought for you, the listener, to mull over. If you start quickly and keep costs low, there's actually very little risk. What will your side hustle story be?